Welcome to Bloodbath & Beyond. Today we review Killer Workout, or Aerobi-cide. This workout will kill you.
Written and directed by David A. Pryor, starring Marcia Karr and David Campbell. Killer Workout is about a gym that is host to a fitness program where all the attractive students are being killed one by one.
This is a retrospective review, so we're talking about all the killing, spoiling who the killer is, and we're just gonna talk about this movie.
What do we like about this movie?
I like the concept and the idea behind a killer at a workout place because when you think of it, it's sexy and it's a slasher. Hey, what? You don't give me that look. It is. If people working out, it's sexy.
Okay.
Did you see the gyrating, Trav? I think you missed the sexy montages, perhaps. It reminded me of all my mom's old workout tapes. And it was just
jazzercise.
Yeah, like jazzercise, and there's everyone has leg warmers for some reason. Still don't really get those, because why do you need your shin to be warmer than the rest of your body?
Is it like you can pull them up if your legs get cold?
I don't know. I've only seen them scrunched down by your socks.
Well, they're working out, so their legs probably don't get cold. This is it. I got it. They work out, then they're going out to their car, but it's winter. It's more for winter wear or when it's cool.
Okay.
They pull their leg warmers up, walk outside.
Why are they wearing them when they're going to work out in the middle of summer?
I don't know. It's just the thing. It's like you wear a hat.
Okay, whatever.
You know what I like about this movie? They finally casted guys who represented the body types that you and I have. The 80s beefcakes that we've tried so hard to achieve.
Yes, as you can tell. And they were hilarious. Everybody in this movie were stereotypical 80s people. The dudes were just so muscular, wearing their muscle shirts and getting in epic fights.
To anybody that's played Final Fight or Double Dragon, it felt like it was this come to life.
Yes, exactly like that.
Sound effects were the exact same.
Don't listen very well, do you? Stay away from her. I'm going to take you apart, piece by piece. You just made a mistake.
The whole movie had this lighthearted feel where it's what we like about those 80s movies is that campiness to it, and it's just overacted poorly, but it's all a goof, it feels like.
How can people be that intentionally bad at acting?
I don't know. At some point along the process, someone must have been this isn't as good as I thought it was going to be.
Maybe it doesn't get up to the top of the head of the snake here.
No, but I mean, the director is there. He sees it. He must recognize it.
I don't know anymore.
But it happens to this day. It's not like movies in 2017, 2018 don't have shitty acting.
You're right, but I think it might. Who knows? Does it come down to budget, or just
I think it's
the talent pool that they have?
You're pretty handy with that thing.
Look, what I am is pissed off, and I want some answers.
There's so many actors.
I know, you're right. But maybe they just get sick after doing auditions for 30 people. It's no, I'm okay. Yeah, sure. Yep.
But you're working with, let's say this was bad material, the writing, the story was bad. So you have people who are good actors with integrity who are I'm not doing that shit.
Right.
So then we move down to people who aren't officially actors, but they're I'm too good for this shit.
Right.
I can get a bigger break. Then you have people that are fuck it.
And then you're just well, sure, why not? I need a paycheck. Let's go.
And then they call, Oklahoma and they say, Mom, I'm going to be in a movie. And then
you put on your leotard and you get to fucking gyrating.
I got to say, those gyrations were, there was a lot of them.
Hypnotizing, sexy. Some of the outfits I think you would never wear to a workout place, especially the girl in that the purple thing that's just covering her boobs. It's your tits are gonna hang out the moment you do downward dog. Forget about it.
So there were quite a bit of death. Lots of kills.
Not great. I think what's worth noting is the killer's weapon is very unique. It's a giant safety pin.
It was comprised of the kills where, you see a clip of it and you're oh, this is hilarious. What's this from? Just shitty stabbing. There's not much to say about them, to be honest.
Yeah. I did like the mystery, too. We had some mystery because they didn't give us the killer right off the bat. So you're constantly trying to figure out who's actually the killer. And as they kind of progress with the film, you're always guessing up until the final reveal.
You're definitely, there's some good red herrings and stuff.
I was almost convinced that Jimmy Halleck was our man. Oh, he's nuts, all right. But the pieces, they just didn't fit together. The motives, they're all wrong.
The soundtrack was apt.
Not only is it like crazy 80s, but even when there's supposed to be just like a score in a scene, they'll still have the vocals.
You gotta work out, you gotta work out, animal work out.
And I felt like some of the songs really, the lyrics were describing what was going to happen or what was happening.
But you're moving too slow.
Loved it all.
I thought it was great. Great soundtrack.
I do want to mention that Rhonda is a fucking knockout.
Rhonda Johnson, I own this place. Find what you're looking for?
I like the other one. I think Jamie was on it.
She was also attractive. There's a lot of attractive women and men, if you're into that. Lots of banging hot bodies, that's for sure.
It made sense. They had a killer workout routine. What didn't we like about this movie?
I think the acting is terrible.
Yeah.
Absolute trash. You'd have these people, and it seemed like everybody underacted. So, like, the 80s are known for overacting. This movie, everybody underacted.
Just relax. I'm not some kind of crazy killer.
Would you just stop it?
Look, I just wanted to see you alone.
If anything happened whatsoever, they'd be the most monotone person ever. Especially Jamie.
She's kind of shy, not really one of the crowd. A little jealous too, I think.
And she was supposed to be like the promiscuous one with a bag full of condoms, you know? And then you have other people, like even the cop, the lieutenant. He comes in and he's just trying to like boss people around. And just like, hey, now don't do that again, okay? Listen here, pal.
Tell me about Diane Matthews.
Why?
Because that was found in her locker. And so was the body, in case you didn't notice.
It was like they were trying to act instead of acting. They were thinking about how they should be acting instead of just doing it.
Just fucking do it.
She was so pretty.
Not anymore.
So there was a lot of wasted opportunity with the deaths. A lot of it happened in a gym. And in a gym you have things like dumbbells and ropes and machines.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can be used. That's for sure.
The safety pin, about yay big, was probably the oddest choice.
I don't even know what they would have used that for. Maybe like a hold up a towel in a sauna. Is that even a thing? I have no idea.
I mean, how often do you be like, hold on. And then
Let me get my big ass safety pin. I've never seen a pin that big.
I've only seen that pin used in cartoons for diapers. Other than that, it's just something you have around the house.
This 1/16 the size.
Yeah.
Okay, there's nothing to do with sewing in this movie, so
Yeah.
didn't make any sense.
So there was a lot of wasted potential. I think it lacked the creative spark that it needed to really boost it to the next level.
We did have a tanning bed, which destroyed this woman for no reason. And even the safety pin kills, as you might expect, weren't great.
I have doubts that safety pin would have killed someone.
Maybe you get, like, tetanus.
Ooh, lockjaw, maybe like long-term disability.
Like, if it had rust on it, maybe, like, you get you're playing a long game. You know, stab him, hope he gets infection, and then dies.
So again, because we're going to spoil it, but the killer was burned badly. It would make sense that maybe she would disfigure the attractive people. Every time you have a horror movie, they have to go straight for killing all the time. I think sometimes just like disfiguring them or like fucking them up. Really mix it up.
Yeah, definitely. Especially in a case like this. So basically, she was burnt in this tanning bed. So she just has this place so that she can have all these gorgeous people in there so she can murder them. Because she doesn't like her appearance. Although, like I said, I think she was the hottest one. Maybe even like break the glass that they're all looking at when they're working out and cut them with that and just leave them. Let them be. Because then they can't be the gorgeous people that they think or are aspiring to be, you know? I think the ending was kind of shit. The lieutenant, he ended up being alive and bringing Rhonda out with a shovel to the middle of nowhere. Rhonda, obviously, unsuspecting that she would be potentially murdered. Anyway, that scene was really long. The cop just wanted to talk for like a long time, and it's like, nobody cares at this point because you've really not done anything this movie.
Yeah, so we figured Rhonda's the killer, but then we don't know that up until a certain point.
Oh, I've read the papers. I've heard the reports. And I know the department's position. Rhonda Johnson kills crazed murder in self-defense. The whole damn city's convinced that you're their big hero. I don't know how you set it up like that. I really don't.
And then at the end, they add this backstory to the lieutenant where you just don't care about his father and doing the right thing. But I think what it actually robbed us of was the two friends, Rhonda and Jamie. When Jamie realizes that Rhonda's the killer, I think that could have been a scene to end it. Just be like, you've been doing it? And it's like, yeah, you know, you're beautiful and I'm not, except for in some people's eyes. All the guys that want to bang me.
Yeah, like every dude walked up to both of them like, I want to do you.
Yeah, and then like that could have been a scene, and then end it from there.
And unfortunately, Jamie, we don't even see get killed.
No,
She's
ends
just
up dead.
found hanging. They dropped the ball a few times, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Anything else?
No, it was fine enough.
It's time for our final thoughts and ratings.
I enjoyed this movie. It was really fun because it was so bad. And I think it's one of those movies that you need to watch with somebody else for sure because you're just going to tear it apart. There are some hilarious moments. There are also some like genuinely good moments, especially when it came to the fighting. But at the end of the day, it's all still bad. The acting is awful, and there are a lot of things that you can make fun of. It's just fun. And if you like girls working out, doing the most ridiculous workout moves you've ever seen, it looks like they're fucking the floor most of the time, then you'll probably enjoy this. I did enjoy it, but there are definitely a lot of aspects that could have been improved. Specifically, all of the killing. The end. Certain characters' interactions with finding out who the killer is and all this. There's like a lot of stuff that they just kind of built up and dropped and forgot about. And I think they needed to really work on many things. So I'm going to give this 2 intense Jimmy zoom-ins out of 5.
I agree with Jay. So you kind of look at it from two perspectives. As people who like bad movies, this is fun. And I think anybody who's going to sit down with their friends and watch a bad movie, this should be put on at some point because I think you'll enjoy doing it. But when it comes to being a movie, it falls a little short. You know, the acting is bad, the kills are bad. I just don't really get what they were what they were trying to be. It wasn't like a horror movie per se. It wasn't like a mystery or a thriller. It just kind of was. You know, it was fun. We sat down and we laughed. And so like on that basis alone, I would recommend this for people who are like us that like to watch the 80s B movies and have fun. But unfortunately, as a movie just to watch on your own or just a movie to recommend, it's just not good. There's a lot to be desired. There's a lot that, you know, need to be worked on. So I'm going to give this 2.5 small head, big hats out of 5.
As always, thank you for watching. Like this video and comment below with your thoughts on the film if you've seen it. If you haven't and you do want to check it out, there are links in the description where you can find it. And if you have a movie that you'd like to see us do a retrospective review for, let us know. Again, in the comments. And if it's your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything Bloodbath and beyond.